So in today's show, Cheryl asked a question about tenant screening, and thought I'd give you a little bit more information on that so that you had some resources for it, along with a little bit on background checks and that type of stuff. There's two online resources that I think you can look at and you can compare the services. The first one is the service that I use, and it's quite simple and affordable. Is MrLandlord.com, and that's Jeffrey Taylor that owns that site. And if you ever get a chance to see Jeffrey speak, he's very entertaining and does a great job on talking about property management and renting your properties. You'll see here at MrLandlord.com, their credit report's very affordable. It's $9.95. It's not very much money. You can get it online anytime you want. And for an extra $5, you can also get an eviction report if there's been any evictions reported on their service. So that's a very quick and affordable way to do it, and I highly recommend using Mr. Landlord's credit checks because there's not a lot to it, and it's an easy process. The other one, if you want some more robust information and background checks and that type of thing, would be erenter.com or e-renter.com, and you'll see that their services are a little more expensive. They do provide background checks, liens and judgments, bankruptcies, that type of stuff. And if you want to pay, the full service, they'll give you pretty much the whole kit and caboodle and everything there to find out whatever you need to about your tenants. And I'll tell you, one of the things with using Mr. Landlord at $9.95, it's one of the reasons I don't charge an application fee, to try to be a little bit more competitive in this market. You can make your own decision. That would be a whole nother video to discuss the pros and cons of an application fee. So a couple things to remember here, though, real quick. These documents need to be secured. You're going to have people's personal information, their financial information, and their social security number all in these documents when you print them out. And this is not something that can just be left sitting around on the kitchen table. It has to be put in a secure place where it can be locked in like a filing cabinet and kept so nobody else can access it. Also, with many of the services that are out there, there may be a screening process. They want to make sure it's secure, so the companies might have to send a representative out to your house for physical confirmation that in your home office or something like that, you've got everything in place so that you're keeping this stuff secure and it's not just being thrown around to other places. I will tell you one more thing that beyond that, when we talk about just in general, so we understand when it comes to background checks and credit checks, you're deciding whether to rent to somebody. And there's a lot of fair housing acts that cover that, whether they be federal laws, state laws, county or city laws in your area. And you want to make sure you have a system in place so that you are analyzing each of these tenants all the same way, so that there's no chance of discrimination or any chance that somebody would want to file a complaint for discrimination with you. So I highly recommend, before you do anything with tenant screening, is you speak to your local attorney to make sure you understand the local laws and the state laws in your area, and make sure that the process that you're doing is in compliance. So I hope that helps out with a little bit of credit checks and background checks. And I want to remind you too, as we talk about on the show, if you're looking to follow us somewhere other than just through the podcast, make sure you check us out on Twitter and on Facebook. We got a couple sites there, and you can follow us there. Our Twitter page, we basically put out, I think it's 15 different real estate investing news stories every day that we tweet out along with other stuff that we're doing. But it's a very quick and easy resource if you follow us there to get more great information. I look forward to seeing you on next week's show.